So, welcome to the WildCard show. My name is Fernand.
I'm Brian.
Enrico.
And Nyaassh.
Yes, and finally, man, weekend. Tuanze tu na weekend, guys.
Parity was restored, Parity was restored in the Premier League table.
Where?
Only Man United won.
Ogopa kickoff.
Ogopa hiyo kwanza. That's a very important point.
Oh, no matter you guys said Kappa Moza.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
We are the Arsenal haters, resident haters of Arsenal FC.
But before tuanze hizi vitu zote, nonapo watu wamevaa suti.
Yeah, bana.
You know,
I think all I can say is Nyaassh. Unaangalia vile Nyaassh amevaa. He must be going to some serious contract talks with Declan Rice.
Yeah,
mwingine hapa maybe anaweza try kusign Jemba ama
You see, there's also the fact that we're also the Premier League leaders, so we need to provide direction also in terms of etiquette, present yourself. It's what we're doing as Arsenal right now. That's why I'm dressed in this dope-ass black suit.
Enrico, me I have one question.
Some news that Man City are being charged by the Premier League. You know what that means? Even players may be affected. And managers who are involved, and you know Mikel Arteta was part of Man City for some time. That
so it has to extend to him.
It
yes,
has to extend to him. He may be suspended from the league if he was part of it. So don't be so happy.
I don't think that's gonna happen. But
why?
You know, I think the unfortunate thing about even that happening, even if they're deducted like 20 points, Liverpool will still not be playing in Europe. I mean, they're not even in 20.
Let me tell you something, Nyaassh. We
happens.
will be in the Champions League next season.
If what?
There's no if here. We will be in the Champions League next season.
Okay.
Let me tell you, we're competing with Man United and Tottenham for top 4. That's so easy.
Okay,
man.
I'll ask you, you know what, instead of speaking about the future, talk about the present.
Okay.
What makes you think that you have enough to qualify for top 4?
Our players are coming back from injury. That's enough. Which ones? Why are you laughing? The best defender in the world, the best Portuguese in the league, the best Colombian in Europe.
But you see,
And who else? Konate is coming back here soon.
World Cup finalist.
World Cup finalist. So those are good players to come back to.
I think even if they do come back, these guys have been there when you guys have been dropping points.
They have been there.
Yeah,
no, they've not been there, all of them, like at the same time. With someone like 17 hamstring injuries, and I think Jota has been missed like for the best part of the season.
Yeah.
He was a key player in the last two seasons.
Yeah.
So it'll be a big addition. But at first, I think I've seen Bobby and Virgil are training, and I think Firmino will be a big boost to the forwards.
And what's happening with Salah? Because I mean, Salah is
The
still
entire
there.
team is not working, you know, so Salah is affected. There's no supply to Mohamed Salah, but even his form has gone down.
I'll be honest.
I think it's both situation where one, his form has gone down, like since the Cup of Nations, and two, the team is not helping him.
Okay, Eric, where do you rate Salah in terms of, like, you know, there's Ronaldo and Messi, then there's them man like Lewandowski and them man come in now as current footballers are going. Where do you rate Salah? Because I have a question afterwards for
Considering what he's done in the Premier League since he came, the goals he scored, the titles he won, now where he took back Liverpool and Egypt. I
just
think,
behind them too.
No, listen. Of course, I can't put him like same level with Messi and CR7.
Yeah.
I mean,
of course.
Those two are on.
That's why I'm saying, like, could you put him on the same level with Benzema? Someone like a Benzema for what he's done at Real Madrid?
Well, I put him on the same level with, let's say, someone like Lewandowski or
Benzema.
someone like Luis Suarez.
Then I'd ask you one question. Whenever Real Madrid were down last season, Benzema stepped up. Whenever Bayern were always down, Lewandowski always popped up. What's going on? Salah ain't carrying the team.
That's not a good point because, you know, it's not like Benzema did it alone like this. The entire team that is working, systems are working across the board. On our side, systems have to work like across the board. The reason why you couldn't see like Mohamed Salah turning up alone is because we had like a good team where everyone was standing up. And about Mohamed Salah stand up since he came to the Premier League. He's got so many records right now since he came to the league. So
you're saying this season is just a minor headache?
I mean, this season I can say it's everyone. Their form has gone down and the team is not helping.
True.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or even Klopp is in his last life.
Yeah, and Klopp looks like he's lost it.
Yeah, he's on his last life.
Amen.
That's why they call him what? The Puss in Boots in football.
Tackles left.
Two-footed tackles, man.
But then speaking of tackles now, kucheza mbaya, man. Casemiro, what's happening na United? You need to do.
Listen, me, I'll be very honest. The refereeing in the Premier League is too inconsistent. The first person who should have been sent off is Jeffrey Schlupp. That was a rugby tackle against Anthony. It was a rugby tackle. This man is trying to hurt the future of Brazil because Anthony can deliver the World Cup that Neymar has failed to deliver. Now, going back to Casemiro.
Future of Brazil.
Yes, going back to Casemiro. Casemiro, I think he got a bit lighthearted. He thought he was still with Ramos and Pepe at Real Madrid, you know? So, the ref should have... VR should never have been involved. Because once you slow down that video, it looks bad. It looks like an Ampiga Chokes Lami Undertaker. Like, I feel that was too harsh of a red card, and it was worse because the VAR got involved and slowed down the action.
This guy on Talksport, Gabi, said that
Agbon
Casemiro
Lahore,
should be
yes.
arrested.
Why? Agbon Lahore is foolish.
That's like ice hockey or like wrestling.
Both hands, bana.
The kids are watching,
You see,
you know.
now the good thing about that is...
Listen, shut up. The game was at 3 p.m, which means like that's family time. Everyone was watching the game.
Okay.
So Casemiro should be arrested according to Gabi on Talksport.
Now that's my issue with that, because VAR only looked at that incident. They didn't look afterwards. If you go on TikTok and on Twitter, guys are posting videos, fans who are there. Afterwards, they actually hugged each other. Come on, man.
That's afterwards. You do not understand what was Casemiro's motive.
He was just trying to pat him on the neck, telling him, tell your players. Yes.
Well, no, let me tell you, there's some people when you greet them, like just a normal greetings, there's a way they finile your hand, like you feel like...
No, that's just a firm handshake as a man.
You can't really define how Casemiro like fingered that guy, like maybe alikuwa amemfinya kabisa like you can even see from that photo that guy cannot even see.
Eric, you are exaggerating.
He was dying, man.
One finger can kill you, can take you down. Ask your bed.
Isn't Casemiro one of the strongest players at United?
Well, he definitely has to be. Man was at Real Madrid, so lazima amepiga gym bana.
It's not a police case, I think. It should be a police case.
It should be,
Yes.
What?
But you know, I think all this would not have happened if, you know, some people are not eating pasta and rice when others are eating ugali and jollof. I mean, Jeffrey is eating very good
Jollof
food.
is rice bana.
It's very strong food.
Yeah, it's like pilau bana. It's just food color.
Yellow pilau.
It's food color bana.
Acha kuchomea watu wa Nigeria bana.
But have you?
Yo, okay,
yeah, both like
okay, fine. Kama watu wengine walikuwa nakula ugali kama wenye watu wengine
yeah, some
wanakula.
ugali peke yake.
You know,
Watu wako na njaa kwa
Nani angekuwa na
Did you watch that game,
No,
man?
but in football, but I see
I
rugby.
saw how Nani was thrown
Jeffrey
by
Schlupp
Jeffrey.
was too... That was violent conduct.
Anthony, kwani hana nguvu?
Anthony is
Anarushwaje kama mtoto mdogo?
Bro, how dare you talk trash about the future of Brazil?
Yo.
That's the spin master, Fali Popa of Brazil, bro.
Akule vizuri. Akule vizuri akae kaki na Rivaldo, Ronaldo and such kind of players.
All right, fair enough.
But
yeah.
Other than your result, you guys had a good game?
Yeah, we had a good game. We held on for the win because after that red card, Palace walileta pressure, ban.
Yeah.
Even after they scored that goal, I was worried. I was worried the game would have ended as a draw.
Why did we start with United?
Tumalizane nao mapema.
No, we should have started with the Premier League leaders.
No,
who
we
lost.
talk about
they had
that.
a kickoff.
You saved the best for last, bro.
Yeah, we still the best.
What do you mean the
We'll
best
talk
for
about
last?
that.
Yeah.
The best on that afternoon was Everton, you know?
Eric,
No, they are still, you know.
he made a bold statement before you guys came in.
What was that?
He said, United more trophies than Arsenal. He said that.
That's
That's
I've
not
said
bold.
that.
That's a normal
I've
fact.
said that comes if
say
Arsenal win
United-
one trophy, United are taking home two. If Arsenal fail to win a trophy, we've already got Carabao Cup in the bag.
You've not.
That's one.
Wait.
That's one. Number two, he said United is finishing above City.
I asked you that question and I told you, look at it in the long run. Whatever City are doing right now, United could actually be more of title challengers than City.
Right now, it looks like all teams will finish above Man City after the news we've gotten.
Hii ndio season mtamaliza juu yao. Utafurahi.
When's the last time ulimaliza juu ya City?
We were winning the league
I'm asking you a question. When's the last time?
this season after they've been banned by FFP.
We shall see.
Alright, so Man United's out the way. I think with Casemiro, the one thing I'd say, I'd look at the positive side of that red card, where he won't get overplayed by Ten Hag for the back-to-back games against Leeds and Leicester. He'll be back during the Carabao Cup final and help us to victory. That's simple.
Boss,
Just like
It's that simple,
do you know
bro.
Denban?
Who's that? What has he done in the Prem?
Do you know Almiron?
What has he done in the Prem? What has he done in the Prem?
The best Bruno in the league.
In the league.
When
What's the resting by the...
What do you mean? Almiron has lost his form while Rashford is picking it out.
Well, there's no better way of picking your form than playing Man United.
And there's no better way of being stopped by Casemiro as he comes back 100%.
We shall see.
I think there's
Let's go
one
to
more.
Arsenal.
Sir, you want to talk about Arsenal?
Well, you're the league leaders, man. You have to start with you. When you watch the Premier League TV, they start with Arsenal. Right now.
Okay, so what
Why would you
about
start with a
us?
team that is number 4?
Well,
Why did we start with a team that is number 4?
You said you're saving the best for last, bro.
You're not the best. The best was Everton on that
Wait,
day.
what do you mean you're not the best? Which team is number one in the league?
No. We are saying if you're saving
No.
the best for the last, and we're talking about the last 1 week, the best team in the last 1 week was
And
Everton.
We're not talking about the last 1 week, but I've just asked you.
We're talking about the last 1 week.
Which team is number one in the league right now?
I cannot remember.
Eric, you're talking too much. Nyaassh and Venant, I have a question for you. I have a question for you guys as Arsenal fans. I'll be very honest, as we are football savvy guys. So I think I'm not disputing, I'm not going against any Eric's book or any facts when I say that everyone, even Arsenal fans, kidogo, almost could have predicted that Everton were gonna beat them that day.
No.
New manager bounce, bro. No. How many times did that happen in football and we see it happening?
I mean, it happens, yes. But I can't use that to say that I would have
except
thought.
Chelsea this season.
Potter gave them a bounce. They won like the first 3 games under Potter, and then they wakaanza kubottle.
The first game ilikuwa Champions League ilisha draw.
You're talking about the Prem?
Yeah, but let's talk about Arsenal right now. Yeah, so you're talking about the new manager bounce.
Yes, that Sean Dyche gave the Everton man them.
Yo, we've been clapping Sean Dyche for a minute.
But you guys have not won at Everton for the past 4 years.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not okay. It's not okay, but now.
It's okay. We're still top.
For now.
I've been saying for now since August. But I would not have used that to say like they have a new manager, so they're gonna have this new manager bounce, and out of that they're going to beat us because we've been good.
Ilikuwa kick off Buddha.
And there's a kick off.
Would you say as much as you guys have been good, Saka was nowhere to be seen. I mean, Mikolenko pocketed him. Seamus Coleman, who's played the Premier League, even when since I was a zygote, bro, Seamus Coleman amekuwa akicheza ball.
Where was Odegaard?
Yeah, Martinelli was nowhere to be seen. Amadou Onana pocketed Odegaard. I mean, on that day, Amadou Onana had a better game than Thomas Partey.
Everybody had every Everton player would say I had a better game than Arsenal.
You've been found out?
But just off.
You've been found out?
By Everton. You are game moja. That's how you said when you lost to Man United and you're thinking you'll be found out.
So Venant,
no.
You're not worried?
I'm not worried.
Bump in the road?
Absolutely.
Then I'd ask you one question.
I'll do you one better. I'll quote what Nketiah said after the game because you have a personal beef with Nketiah.
Mi niko na agenda na Nketiah. By the way, in my prediction, 2 games down, 3 to go.
Pole.
Nketiah is not scoring in 5 games.
Your defense is in trouble.
Anyway, tuambie what Nketiah
says, we want to win every game. Sir. But not everything is going... But everything is going to go your way, especially when you're trying to achieve great things. So the togetherness we've got here alongside the fans' support, we are going to bounce back. Sir,
okay.
I know we are going to get a good result on the weekend.
Yeah, you know, Jorginho is going to make sure you guys don't.
He's an agent.
He's an agent from Chelsea. Ameletwa kuwa double agent.
I think these guys are just
no, it's just jealous. Being what is the word?
Envious.
Listen, you can only be jealous of a good thing that we know can deliver.
Has saved the world, yeah.
Like we can be jealous of Man City's wins in the last couple of seasons.
The 100 points and whatnot.
Why would we be jealous of a couple of points?
Why would you be jealous of a team that is number? You see, like when you're number 1 in the league, you are the target. You have a bullseye on your back.
No.
So everybody's looking for
we're
those
not targeting Arsenal. We're targeting to win our games. All of them.
We're not target Conference League. Wewe kwanza weka kando.
Conference League ni London teams.
Conference League ni yako sahi.
You know teams are London.
Acha tumalize hii point. When you are number 1 in the league, you are everybody's target. And you have what do you call a bullseye on your back. So everybody will always be clutching at straws for every opportunity they find where you have.
No, we don't target teams.
Si wacha nimalize.
Maliza.
Wewe kwanza hata namba 10 sijui nakusikia aje kwanza ukiwa namba 10. So everybody's looking at you and everybody's looking for a mistake that you'll do for one game that you go off and get beaten by Everton, who has 17th now in the league.
We cannot lose to Everton.
And they will now start saying, oh, is this Arsenal now starting to go down? Your title challenge, is it going to start to falter or something? I'm not worried by that loss.
Then I'd ask you one question. If you guys aren't really worried, there's no way you're winning all your games.
Of course.
So where do you see your next defeats coming? Because for me, I had Everton, Newcastle away, and Man City at the Etihad.
Yeah.
Everton down. So now I have Newcastle and City.
Not good.
Any other?
What's nikujibu? I think what you're trying to... Let me put it this way. We have a winning mindset right now. And so far, we're not looking forward in terms of how many games we're going to lose. We are, even Arteta said it's literally a game. Game by game.
But we're
not looking at in 3
we're
weeks
not asking these managers.
We are meeting Man City.
Listen,
we need to plan for that. You know, it's literally a game.
That's a Venant land.
We're not asking you like professionally. You know, of course, when players do speak, like they have to be careful. They have to be professional. They
and optimistic.
Exactly. Of course, they cannot say like we're gonna lose to Chelsea or Everton. We're asking you as fans. We know you. You're not professional. Don't tell us we'll take a game at a time.
By game.
You're not Mikel Arteta. Tell us as a fan of Arsenal Football Club.
Like when you're winning, you're going to win a league title, or when you're in such a form, you lose to teams that you don't expect. It's like when Liverpool were on this unbeaten run, and then
Watford, Watford 3-0.
Yani they gave Wolves a clean sheet.
Yeah. So when you get beat by such, it's something unexpected totally.
Yeah.
Like no one would expect these guys to concede 3 against Watford your time.
At that time,
Or even
yeah.
Arsenal this season.
They were brilliant.
Or even
It's
Arsenal.
just like how you don't expect us to at least we did concede 3 like other teams.
Yeah,
we conceded at least 1 goal. When City were also winning, there's a time
Consider United.
They lost to Palace,
Norwich.
to Norwich. Yeah,
Teams
true.
don't follow and Norwich waliwachezea vibaya sana. So it happens. So out of that, I mean, I'm not even worried about the Etihad game, to be honest.
All right.
Arsenal playing against Newcastle, I mean, Man City, I'm not worried.
Yeah.
So that
But of course,
uh-huh.
it's always going to be one of those odd teams. It's like us going to Anfield and losing.
What's up,
That's an
Tottenham?
odd team.
Yeah.
Because Liverpool sai wako namba 10. I mean, that would be very odd.
Napenda vile umeingiza hiyo Liverpool.
Yeah, it's very
Tuanze
odd.
upya. Hata tuanze tu na wewe. Segue that in.
Tunaanza upya na Everton.
Yani yao.
Si Liverpool.
Ligi ilianza kitambo zaidi ndio mnaanza.
Okay, then I'd ask you one thing. Kama mnaanza upya na Everton, what changes do you make to make sure you win that derby game?
We've got players back in training. That is Bobby and Virgil. Well, I'd rather play Van Dijk than Gomez.
True.
I
I
would
think
rather
yeah.
play, I think, start with Firmino and then have at least now Nunes and Salah
You
as
see,
the forwards. You just ask me what are we going to do differently on
Yeah.
Monday, and I've given you an answer. You give us another answer.
You see, for Liverpool, I mean, everybody's talking about this striker is coming back, this Van Dijk is coming back. There's always one issue and it's not being addressed in all of this. And it has been consistent throughout the season and it's not being talked about.
Which
It's
is
the midfield, which was run ragged by Wolves.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Akina
But you see,
Lemina,
Neves, Moutinho,
So he's
Jesus.
saying this Diogo is coming back, G Van Dijk is coming back, but where the problem is for you guys, Bado Usemi,
That problem,
midfield.
you know, the problem at midfield, it's not easy to solve it right now. That problem can only be solved via a transfer during
which
the
you didn't
summer.
do.
Yeah,
you
during
didn't
the
do.
summer. There's another transfer now
Yeah.
between now and the summer. So the only solution that we have now is to strengthen the forwards, which we have the options. If you tell me about the midfield, the only thing we can do is hope that Fabinho can come back to his best. And I think he had an issue on Saturday. He didn't play. Maybe he'll get a rest like the next 1 week and he could be better.
So you're banking on hope to get top 4.
bana.
Hawana tactics.
To get top 4.
Hawana tactics.
I didn't say about top 4, maybe. I'm
No,
told
you're
players
talking
coming
about,
back.
he's asked you a question about the midfield and
And
how
I
you
told
guys
you-
can fix themselves.
and
And the
I-
answer you have for us is we can hope
No, I
for a
said we
certain
can-
player to be
Yeah,
back
I said
for
you can
midfield,
hope
yeah.
for Fabinho's form to improve and to get the likes of like Naby Pierre playing well and Hendo. For midfield, that's the only thing we can do for now because we don't have another solution. Forwards and back and the defenders, we've got a solution.
Let me ask, nani is step up hapo? Milner.
Jesus Christ.
Look at the suggestion you're even giving
No,
him.
no,
Ndio ujue tu wameisha.
exactly. I'm asking the available options that they have.
And
you
I'm
know,
telling you,
Milner,
we've got no
Milner
options.
has been that guy who can play.
The midfield, the right back, yeah,
Milner is
hiyo, yeah.
Milner is-
That's what I'm asking.
Milner is washed, but Milner,
Utility.
no. Milner,
Even Henderson is washed.
And
Yeah.
we don't have
Yeah.
options at midfield.
Kind
We just
of.
in the summer we go sign Jude Bellingham, Declan Rice, and Martin Odegaard, and we're done.
What?
Rudi atena?
Rewind and come back.
Rudi atena. Ati
Rewind and
Jude
come
Bellingham?
back.
Mi wasirudi.
Msa ametensa ya ametingiza hapa miguu akisema hizo majina.
No, we just have to rescue Odegaard.
Rescue from winning the league.
Who's having his best
Give him some
form
good
at Arsenal?
money. He spent how much?
Odegaard
Probably
hajaicheza.
20 pounds.
Hajaicheza Conference League na
Hata
hataicheza.
FIFA itahang, bro.
Odegaard tutamrescue tumpatie pesa kadhaa na tumpatie Champions League. We've got realistic and achievable clauses in our contract negotiations.
So,
These guys don't.
speaking of realistic and achievable
Okay.
targets,
Yes.
Sasa ni bamba.
jana niliona Lotan amepost picha na a fake Champions League trophy. Now why is Lotan lying to the universe?
Well-
He thinks Man City can win the Champions League when they can't even beat piss poor Spurs.
Every single season, Man City are favorites, you know, like in all competitions, and he sees like the Premier League could go with Newcastle this season, so he's focusing now on the Champions League. And we understand, you know, Newcastle are so serious with the Premier League.
Who mlimpea nini before kuja?
Because
I totally understand what he's saying. Let me ask, where do you think Newcastle will finish?
Number one,
this season in Premier League.
Umeniuliza swali ngakujibu vile nafaa.
Bas, turudi kwa City. Nyash, there's a point you gave us saying that there's an overly reliance on Erling Braut Haaland, the Viking, the Norwegian Viking. Is that coming to fruition right now?
And I'm loving it because when he's not scoring, they are not doing anything. And weirdly, I don't. Okay, for his own reason, I kind of feel like Pep overthought on this Spurs game.
Like he always does.
How do you not have KDB starting? I don't think he was injured. I don't think
he was okay.
It doesn't make any sense. And the game changed once he came on. So why did you leave him out when you actually have a chance on capitalizing on Arsenal's mistake?
I think I have an angle on that. I think Pep has lost the dressing room. I think Cancelo was a key figure in that dressing room, and I think the players' moods had shifted down now that Cancelo's left. And with the De Bruyne, I'll say this. I'm taking two ways on the De Bruyne thing. Okay. De Bruyne, while during the World Cup, he came out with comments about the Belgian national team. Now, I think he respects Pep too much to come out public and say anything going wrong with Man City. Yeah. So I think either there's a spat between them two, that's why he was benched. Because you going into that game, you know Spurs are going to park the bus. And there's no one who can deliver the ball early enough to Haaland other than De Bruyne. Yeah, so I bench him.
A place where they have not even won, I think, since God knows when.
Since the stadium was constructed, which is like 4 years ago. Nyaassh.
Wow.
It's not since God knows when.
Yeah, they're yet to score at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
4 years ago.
But in all honesty, Man City could actually go this season trophyless.
Well, they're going to be relegated, you know, if they are...
Oh, the FFP thing as well. Yeah, either points deduction or relegation.
Minus that, you don't think they'll be successful in any campaign?
Any campaign?
They're still in the FA Cup, though?
Yeah, they are going to win that one.
But he's saying trophyless.
That's easy for
they
them,
could
you know?
go trophy. FA Cup could also go haywire, man. How many times have we seen FA Cup surprises?
The oldest are not there, so City are the favorites.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
So before we talk about FPL, there's a guy by the name of DJ Travis King from YouTube. He commented, he said, based on last week's episode, he's a flop player, Bizuma, Richarlison, Mope, Arthur Melo, and one that we forgot, Aubameyang.
Let me ask you,
that's a good shout.
How can Arthur Melo be a flop?
Has he played?
He came injured like Pogba.
Injured half of the season at Liverpool.
That is not an excuse. That is not an excuse.
No, but you see, when you flop, when you've been given a chance to play, and
you have not produced.
Exactly. You see, like if you tell me like Nunes, we can argue, like I'll tell you, I may understand, I may accept that like 20%, but for other Melo, he played one game and then he got injured. Not even a full game. He played like 35 minutes against Napoli and then he got injured. So I think it's quite unfair for him because right now you'd be playing if he was available. We don't have midfielders.
Yeah.
So you'd be playing. For Aubameyang, I think
that's true. For him to even miss out on the Champions League squad, that says a lot.
I think for Melo, it's a bit unfortunate.
Richarlison, you can take it.
Yeah.
Maupe, we didn't expect Maupe to go and hit it like.
Yeah, especially now that Calvert-Lewin is no longer injured.
And he's already done his job, stopping us from winning the league.
Liverpool have bigger flops than Melo.
And kwa signing, he talked about Haaland, Casemiro, Zinchenko, Lisandro Martinez, Botman, and Ban.
How do you take Zinchenko? I'll take Gabriel Jesus at Arsenal.
True. I agree. Once I agree with you on something Arsenal related. Yeah, Gabriel.
Why not agree with me?
Nyaassh, me, I think Zinchenko.
Why not agree with me?
More value to Arsenal
you see why I'd say Zinchenko? Because looking at what Nketiah has done, me as the number one Nketiah hater, I think Nketiah starts with game week 1 and he still performs like he does now.
Zinchenko has been in and out of the team though, Sindio?
No,
lately he has been more in than out.
He was out because of
like before the World Cup.
Yeah, exactly.
But other than that, he's been consistent.
So if you look at the signings that you made this season, I think Gabriel like tops him.
Okay.
It's a good problem to have between, Gabriel and Zinchenko, and who's better.
Until you don't win any trophy this season.
So let's talk about FPL.
Me, I have beef.
You have beef?
I love beef.
With?
Haaland and De Bruyne.
Why?
And Pep.
Why?
First of all, Haaland, you had to score against poor Spurs. Nyima points. Then De Bruyne, man, he was benched, man. So he's only points Emenda. Then Pep is pissing me off. And then when you look at, of course, Rashford gave me points. Luke Shaw with the assist gave me points. I think I had Perisic on my bench. Man, not a good week for me in terms of fantasy. Because Saka and Odegaard didn't have an effect in the Everton game. Yeah, minimum Mia fantasy.
For me, what I realized is, when you buy players from these premium teams, you have to be aware of rotation. KDB makes a good example. because there's people who they took a hit for him, and now he's playing for less than 30 minutes.
True that.
Yeah. Number 2, also you need to have a strong bench, because some of my players have missed out. Like I talked about Rodrigo from Leeds. He's injured till April.
Damn.
Yeah, he's injured till April.
Hey.
So now the number 1 on my bench, who happens to be Andreas from Fulham, has to step in. But so far I'm on 61 points. Nice. I'm happy, and so far I'm just waiting for United to finish off Leeds in the midweek.
And due to Rashford.
Again, you guys meet Leeds in weekend.
On
I don't
Sunday.
know how that will be.
That'll be game week 23 though.
At Elland Road. Whoa.
Do you think you'll get a double over Leeds?
No, I don't think so. They have no Eriksen, they have no Casemiro. That's 1-0 to Leeds.
You think Sabitzer plays cricket?
McKennie is back.
No,
Absolutely.
you think Sabitzer plays cricket, Eric?
Weston McKennie is here. He's arrived.
True.
Fred McSauce. And they have some very good players by there at Leeds United. They're playing very well, even though they lost against Nottingham Forest. Waliwasumbua.
Last weekend I did 2 good predictions. I said Everton win and Tottenham win.
Oof. And Liverpool?
1-0, 1-0.
What did you say about Liverpool?
Liverpool, I said,
Let me ask you guys, by the way, over the past 5 weeks, ever since the World Cup, have any of you had Liverpool players in your fantasy squads? I don't think anyone can risk.
No.
Do you even have Liverpool players? Well,
no.
Support your own, banner. Support your own.
This is what
Only
I can
Gabriel
say.
Bana.
Yeah.
This is what I can say. Whatever Liverpool are going through right now, it's temporary. It won't. At some point, they will have form. We're speaking FPL. At some point, they'll have form on their side, and when that time comes, Gakpo is the guy for me.
Hey, Gakpo mera niuzi Buddha.
Because
Huyu jamaa bana, huyu jamaa pana, huyu jamaa bana ni slow bana, hajafunga, haja assist bana, kuna chances.
He hasn't scored for Liverpool.
Kuna 007 sasa kama Sancho.
Ooh, the new bond in the Premier League, yeah?
Nunes pia ndo huyu. Nunes kwanza alikuwa na 2 chances.
Yeah. I think for me, if I was to gamble on Liverpool players, I would gamble on Nunes. Because I think he gets a lot of chances. Well, he squanders
That's
most
the
of them.
thing with Nunes. You watch him like you see, like me, I watch like every game on the highlights.
Yeah.
You watch him and you're like, he should score that one. Like the next time he's playing like a bottom 10 team,
Yeah.
he's gonna score. Then you get him. He doesn't score.
Yeah.
He doesn't give assist. Like I think he had 2 chances where like he could have slotted into Mohamed Salah. Would have been goals.
Yeah, and he
Ama-
always keeps the ball.
Yeah, exactly. I'm aware he could have done better, and he didn't score.
Yeah, because I can't bank on Salah. He's too expensive.
Yeah.
He's
And
too
he's not,
expensive.
and he's not scoring, and he's not
For the
assisting.
first time, I don't have Salah and KDB, both of them, and Son. I mean, those were like the big guys, and even Trent.
Yeah.
But now you have a reason to get KDB,
Why?
because Arsenal and Man City have a double game week.
That's a
yeah.
double for KDB. He's gonna score 18.
Yeah.
18.
I think that's exactly why I need to get Odegaard in my team.
Odegaard.
18.
Odegaard and maybe
No, you should
Saka.
get Jorginho. Because you don't score penalties.
No, I'm not looking for fouls and tackles.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
No,
looking
no,
for
he'll score a
goals.
penalty for you for Arsenal.
I don't think he's no, that's duty Bukayo Saka.
Patieni Jorginho, you're the master.
No, you're the Bukayo Saka. Nitamwachia hiyo. So
Nobody's. So with a double game week, I'm going for Luis, the City defender.
Rico
He's
Lewis.
cheapest. He's-
Rico Lewis.
Yeah, he's 3.9 million.
yeah.
Yeah, and with Cancelo gone, and
He's
him
definitely
seem
gonna
to
get
have
game
sealed
time,
that
yeah.
spot, it's like a FPL hack. So and then also I bought KDB back to my team, specifically because he was benched against Spurs. So expect the next games, because it's Aston Villa home
And then
Arsenal
Arsenal.
away. Those 6 points are crucial to Pep. So KDB is that guy, and we've noticed with KDB, whenever Haaland scores, he's usually on the assist.
Yeah,
end of it.
most of the times, yeah.
So I think those two will once again go back to what they usually do.
All right.
Yeah. So before we end, who are you going with for your captain?
Man, I feel like putting a United player as a captain, man.
Ahead of the.
By the way,
double
it
game?
is
These guys
Leeds Leicester.
Yeah, these guys are doing well. I mean,
Yeah.
I weirdly had Rashford, but he was my vice. My captain was that
Viking.
the Viking who did Paco in game week 22. So I'm thinking of putting a Man United player eventually. After we're done with the double game week to do the Arsenal and Man City, I feel like I might go with Rashford as my captain. He's producing goods, and maybe even Harry Kane, because every now and
Why
then
would you go with
he's
Rashford
scoring a goal.
when he's got only 1 game, yet the Viking has got 2 games, and 1 game is at home against Aston Villa.
That's what I'm saying.
And the second game is playing Arsenal, and they know they have to win against Arsenal if they are to stand a chance to win the league.
Yeah, I'm saying after game week 23, which is a double one. Then after that, I can switch to a Man United player because they wako form, your team iko form, and I don't think they're meeting very heavy opponents.
Hitters right now.
After 23, after game week 23, so yeah.
Yeah, this week I'm sticking to the Viking.
Who?
Erling Haaland.
Yeah, I think he'll have an impact against Villa and against Arsenal.
Well, he better. The last time they played Villa is when they dropped points for the first time.
You know, you can score back-to-back hat-tricks.
True.
These two teams.
Favorites for captaincy right now are Haaland and
Against Arsenal.
Rashford.
So easy to
Haaland
score hat-trick
And
against Arsenal.
Rashford.
Who has got a hat-trick against Arsenal this season?
No one.
And all of a sudden, Haaland is going to be the first one?
Yes, the Viking.
CCC Man United, man.
Shut up.
Eric,
We are not
the
Man
most
United.
vulnerable Arsenal have been was versus PSV in the Europa.
Yeah.
But
That's
you
when we
consider 3
conceded.
to Man United.
Ni
bana.
sawa, that I'm saying the most vulnerable. That's when we were the most in terms of conceding and chances that we conceded. In
This
terms
is Man
of,
City,
Being
my friend.
outplayed and everything else. Man City have been poor this season.
They will wake up with you guys. Wataamka na nyinyi.
Kila mtu anamkanga na Arsenal. Acha tutaona.
Wataanza mpya. Mpya, I mean.
So me, I'm going with Odegaard.
Double.
Home to Brentford. I think Arsenal will capitalize and he'll get a lot of points there.
Yeah.
But versus Man City is when now maybe I'll settle for an assist or a goal. Yeah,
Alrighty.
but as an Arsenal fan, I expect 3 points from these 2 games.
Yeah. But I also
3
expect
points from 2. You've said it. He said it.
I mean, 6
No,
points.
no.
6
3 points from 2 games.
Yeah.
You've said it.
Unamharakisha. Acha kumharakisha.
Hajaharakishwa, alikuwa
6
anaanza
points
kwenye-
from 2 games. I correct myself. 6 points from 2 games. I'm sorry about that.
Cool.
Yeah. So any other thing you guys feel you need to share before tumalize the show?
Not really. Again, I'm absolutely loving what's going on at Merseyside. I think we are now seeing the more hungry side of Merseyside. It's not the red one, it's the blue one. So it's a very good side. And I'm waiting to see if Trossard is going to be starting the next games for Arsenal. Jumatinel, kuna venye?
Okay.
Yeah.
May have nothing to say.
This is my parting shot. Man United are in the title race. Believe it.
So, boss, for me, 6 points, like I said. And yeah, that's it for me, man.
6 points.
So up until next time, Venantio.
Brayo.
Enrico.
And Nyaassh.